Tomorrow sees the much-anticipated return of the BBC drama Father Brown. We sent Anne Widdicombe on location in the Cotswolds to investigate its enduring popularity.
And action.
Father Brown is a drama about a humble parish priest who uses his intuition to solve grisly crimes amongst the rolling Cotswold Hills. A ratings hit on weekday afternoons, it's selling all over the world.
I'm getting a sneak preview.
It's based on the famous novels of G.K. Chesterton, penned over a century ago.
But I will need a lift to this bar.
I can lend you Hornby and the Rolls.
This version of Father Brown is set in the 1950s. In his books, G.K. Chesterton describes Father Brown as a dumpy figure with an owlish head. I wonder what the current Father Brown, Mark Williams, makes of that.
Chesterton wrote him as a short, stumpy priest. I play him as a larger, fat priest. And I feel I'm very close to him in a lot of ways, one of which is his endless inquisitiveness, or nosiness, perhaps we should call it.
Absolutely, and that, of course, is his great strength.
Yeah.
How do you prepare to play a priest?
I read a lot, and my upbringing is in the Anglican tradition. As a chorister and at the university and stuff. So I was really, really interested in reading about Catholic liturgy. And the other thing about Father Brown as a detective, although he's part of the whodunit British tradition, he's different in the sense that what's at stake is not a conundrum or a crossword puzzle in the sort of Christie mould, but people's souls.
A soul.
So his emotional connection with the problem is that much deeper, and that's a great thing for an actor to play.
I'm finally happy, Father.
Historical and religious accuracy are very important to the production. The wrong costume or hymn book could lead to complaints from its millions of viewers. So they employ 83-year-old Father Anthony Nye as their religious advisor. Oh, thank you, Father.
There we are. Welcome.
Thank you. Oh, I say, look, we've got a confessional.
They've done a very good job on that.
And that's where
Yes.
Father Brown sits and hears it all.
That's right.
And you wouldn't get one of those in the average Anglican church. What does being a religious advisor involve?
Reading the scripts carefully to see that it's authentic for the way the Catholic Church was in the 1950s.
Did you ever have to intervene in a more general way and say, no, that's not right?
Yes, like the bishop, very irascible, saying Brown.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no.
And no, a Catholic bishop, even if he's irascible, wouldn't do that. So I said he must be called Father Brown.
Or Father.
Or Father.
Why do you think Chesterton wrote a book with a priest as a detective?
Because he, like myself and yourself, was a convert who was very much taken with the wisdom of Catholicism. And he wanted to show a character not just solving problems, but showing humanity and wisdom.
Now, can you see yourself solving a murder?
I think I might, having read all those scripts.
What is the appeal of Father Brown?
He doesn't judge, and he's fascinated by life.
The attractiveness of his character, that you can be a Catholic priest and you can be human.
Just like Holmes or Marple or Poirot, there is an enduring appeal to Father Brown. But I don't think it's because he solved crimes. I think it's because he was a Christian, and he was driven by compassion, humanity, and the love of others.
Coming up, our very own church detective Richard Taylor continues his literary travels, this time in Haworth, West Yorkshire. He's on the trail of 3 authors from the same family, the Bronte sisters. But first, it's to Tooting in London for this contemporary classic.
In the mid-1840s, here in the village of Haworth in West Yorkshire, 3 daughters of the local minister each decided to write a novel. In less than 1 year, the Bronte sisters had written Jane Eyre, The Tenant of Wildfell Hall, and Wuthering Heights, 3 of our best-loved and most romantic novels, with their darkly brooding heroes, their passionate heroines set against a backdrop of wild moorland and stormy weather. But the story of the Brontes isn't just a story of astonishing creativity. It's also a story of terrible tragedy and of profound faith. Patrick Bronte and his wife Maria arrived here in 1820 with their 6 small children when Patrick was appointed curate of the local parish church. This was their world, the church, the parsonage behind it, and the moorland beyond. The body of the church has been replaced, but this is the original bell tower beneath which the family would have walked each Sunday to hear their father's famously passionate sermons. But within 18 months, Maria had died, leaving Patrick to bring up 6 small children. For all that, the Brontes' home life was lively and loving. Patrick encouraged the children's love of literature and the arts, and the siblings would spend hours together creating imaginary worlds. To To find out more, I'm meeting with Anne Dinsdale in the parsonage itself, which is now a museum to the Brontes.
A lot of their writing was produced in this room, on this particular dining table.
Actually here?
Yeah. Charlotte's Jane Eyre, Emily's Wuthering Heights and Anne's The Tenant of Wildfell Hall were all written at this very table. They would walk round the table, reading aloud from their work and discussing their writing projects.
What role did religion play in the lives of the Brontes?
Well, they were the daughters of a clergyman. They were expected to attend church on a regular basis. Outwardly very kind of religious, dutiful lives, but then, they almost had double lives where they had this intense imaginary world going on, peopled by these wild aristocratic characters, everything that Haworth wasn't really.
Tragedy hit the family again in the late 1840s. Emily died of tuberculosis at age 30, brother Branwell aged 31, and just a year later Anne died aged 29. Charlotte was the last surviving sister. Until in 1855 she too died, aged just 39. Astonishingly, Patrick, their father, was the last surviving member of the family. You can hardly imagine how he coped, but he did, continuing to serve in the church until the day he died. Here, beneath this column, is the family vault.